Hey babes, it's your girl Bree, spelled like the cheese, aka your cosmic bestie, and I'm here to deliver a message. Okay. Let me get it together. Can you tell that I did like musical stuff in high school, middle school, my entire life? Anywho, I am super excited to hop on here and share a little bit more of what's going on in my neck of the woods, okay? Like, what's going on with me? Of course, you want to hear about it. And honestly, it's all about the vibes, right? I am a storyteller naturally. The problem is, confirmation, I am a storyteller naturally. The problem is the ADHD, right? You gotta be able to keep up with me, babe, because if you know, you know. And if you don't know, hop in and get ready. And truthfully, like, this this breakdown of what I have going on isn't anything what I would say is like a big pivotal moment in my journey. Now I could laugh and circle back to this like 2, 3 years later and be like, actually, that was, but right here and right now, that's just not what it feels like. It just feels like Spirit really wants me to share, to just be besties, to talk together, to vibe together. But even though I do talk with my hands, I do have an oracle deck, um, which I hate to like. I like see it in my third eye when and this is for like anybody that I do readings for, even for myself, even for like the collective readings I do here. It's like I can see in my third eye what card deck I'm using so that I can pull the right deck to receive the right message. I hope that makes sense. But if it doesn't, I don't know what to tell you. Um, the deck that I saw was my black and white deck because I threw away the box a long time ago and I totally forgot what the name of this was. So I just called it my black and white deck. Um, but I really love this deck. I really do. This is the front. And then look at this gold. Ugh. I'm obsessed. I just love this stuff. So, anyways, back to me. um, so, if you've been following along on the journey, you know that I have been in the process of trying to move out of my parents' house after I got evicted last year and had a baby and a bunch of other stuff in that process. So, I'm having issues with my credit. Like, I keep doing stuff to like try to make it better, to bring it up from where it is, which, and this is me being very real right now, I was in the 400s when I started. Okay, that's just me being real. Like 450s, but still, that was not great. And I knew I needed to work on it. I knew I needed to do stuff. But this has been such a roadblock for me. And basically, unless if I have like 5 grand, then I can't really get to places that I want to go. At least in the way that I think that it needs to happen, right? I think I needed to have X amount of money, but also like X amount of money I'm making every single month, but also having a really good credit score and also having money saved up and also having this and that, right? This isn't the first time that I moved out. And when I moved out when I was 19, I mean, like, everything. My Virgo moon there was nothing untouched. I had every seasoning that I was going to need for the first 15 recipes, so the first 2 weeks of recipes that I wanted to make in my own house. I'm insane. I literally am insane for that. So it's really hard for me not to like hop back into that for myself, right? Like for this move again. And I'm just frustrated. Like, I'm really frustrated because I'm like, I've been putting in the work. I've been trying to heal myself and I've been trying to work on myself and I've just been doing so much. in my head, in my heart, in my eyes. And there's always room for improvement, right? Like, of course, there's things that I can expand on, but I feel like I've had so many milestone moments over this last year and a half that were huge, like super huge. And I asked the universe before I applied to this apartment, right? This is my dream place that I want to be at. One of, I should say. Like, there's dream places, but where I would like to be right now, if that makes sense. And I asked Spirit, I said, show me a green car if I should apply for this apartment. I am not joking you. And mind you, like, green in the area that I live is just not a normal color. Okay, so like the blacks, the white, the even some red cars, all of those different color cars, you don't really see that too often. So I went with green. And immediately when I was driving home, I saw a green Jeep pass by me on the other side of the highway. I'm like, oh, confirmation, love it. Then literally saw two more. A green Bronco, a green Jeep. Like, I'm seeing stuff left and right. I saw green cars for over a week. I saw over 30 green cars. I'm not even lying to you. So many. So I applied because I felt like that was the green light, right? Like, I felt like that was the green light. Lo and behold, rejection, because of the credit, not because of the money this time. Because the first apartment I applied for, it was money and credit. So I'm like, okay. So what is, like, what is next here? Did I get the rejection to be redirected to a completely different apartment? Did I get the rejection to sit a little bit more still, work on myself, work on other things, and then take the leap when things are a little bit more ready? Did I get the rejection because that was the wrong place or the wrong time or something else is coming in and I need to wait or I need to look or I need to like expand my mind to a different place, right? Maybe it's not supposed to be an apartment, maybe it is supposed to be a house, maybe it's not supposed to be this, maybe it is supposed to be this, you know what I mean? So I've been like, I've been confused. I'm like, okay, what do I do? And I know I always talk about, right, trusting your gut 10 out of 10 times. It's always right. But sometimes your gut gets clouded. It's really hard to hear. It's really hard to understand it. And I've been working on my intuition a lot, especially over these last like 7 months, because I've been connecting with spirit every single day. But there's like, I would say for the last like month and a half, my connection with spirit felt very business and not personal. And like when I started this, everything was super personal. And I think I kind of lost track there a little bit, right? Because I'm doing like some big build outs on the back end. I am building out a quiz to help you understand what ego death phase you're a part of. I'm building out digital products to go with said things to help you. I have my membership, the collective where I meet and talk to everybody every single day. Like, if you're really looking to connect with me, I'm in there every single day. Not all day long, but you know what I mean? Like, I'm definitely in there. And it's just been a lot. I have my 1-year-old. I'm still living at home. I'm trying to build my business. I'm raising my daughter. I'm a stay-at-home mom. Like, there's levels to this. And I felt like I found my groove and my balance, but it's just proven to me that I really haven't. Not in the way that I think I'd be able to hold myself structurally being in an actual place. I think I would get tripped up real easily if I left right here and now. But again, stay with me with the story, right? I came here. I went outside with my daughter when I got the news. And I'm just like yelling at the universe, right? Just like, I don't know. What am I supposed to do? I need concrete answers for real. And lo and behold, there was a little white butterfly that's always outside whenever me and my daughter are outside. So I always think that that's a loved one of loved ones that have passed on, whether it be my aunt or Donald's mom or sister or just anybody, right, that has passed on, especially when I'm outside with my daughter. So I saw that butterfly, but then like 5 minutes later, I saw one monarch butterfly, one single one. And it came fairly close, but I noticed it because I noticed black and orange on its wings first. So I'm like, is that my sign? Is that my message? What is that? Like, what am I supposed to do with that? And I know, like, if you've been on this journey, especially if you've been on this journey for a hot minute, you're like, I cannot stand when I ask the universe for something and they are like, 111, blue butterfly, listen to this one line of this one song. And it's all like, you're like, okay, what is this supposed to mean? So I feel like, and I'm laughing because I'm like getting this now, right? As I'm talking about it, I just feel like Spirit's like, just look within yourself, right? I sent you this to look at your transformation, right? You see a butterfly, look how far you've actually come. What else is needed a part of this transformation to get you to where you truly want to be? And when I think about where I truly want to be and what I want it to look like, there is some pockets that I'm missing. And a lot of it is having to do with filling up my own cup. Another half is loving myself fully, showing myself fully. And it's not like here, right? Like, I don't have a problem doing this. This is not the problem. It's like when people ask me certain things in my day-to-day life, or I feel like people don't see me, but they can't see me if I'm not showing the real me, right? Like, there's a lot of conundrums. And I just realized that, like, over this last full moon in Aquarius, like, it's just time. You know what I mean? It's just time to move forward, to have more faith in myself, to basically tell them to F off when it's time. I just got a notification. My husband's calling me. We're gonna wait. We're still doing this. Where's my... Yeah, it's still recording. Okay. Ignore. Sorry, babe. I will call you back. But I gotta finish. So anyway, if you feel like you've been on this part of your journey as well, if you feel like you're at a crossroads, right? Maybe you're working with like Hecate or Kate. I don't know how to pronounce it. Pronounce her name, sorry. But 234 on my clock. It just feels like being at this crossroads, being at the fork in the road, trying to figure out what path is it, being confused, the compass doesn't work, the map's gone, the phone battery dead, right? Like, all of the other options are exhausted. What's the one thing to do? And it's to look inward. It's to look within yourself to see what exactly is going on when all I can trust is myself at the end of the day and my intuition. What way will I truly go? And actually trust it. Because I've made choices in the past, but I never fully trusted it. And now I feel like I'm finally fully starting to trust it. Okay, so we got a lot of cards that fell out here. Let me go ahead. Now, before I get into this, if you resonate with my story in any way, shape, or form, this message is definitely for you. But just know that this message is probably, most likely, most definitely also for me in that same regard. So when I am saying things, I'm saying it to you and me because I just have a feeling we just need a quick clocking, right? We got to clock it, and this is me clocking it. So first and foremost, make the best of it. Yeah, that sounds about right. there's a lot of times where I'm so frustrated of what's happening here in the now that like I'm not taking my time to just make the best of it. Like it's not that serious. It's literally not that serious. It is and it isn't. Right? We are here to learn. We are here to grow. We're here to expand our souls and expand our mind, but we're also here for the human experience. And a part of this human experience in this field that we're living in with internet and memes and everything in between, like this is what we're dealing with. And as human beings, we do have to deal with this as our human experience. And that's okay. Some of it is just so not serious. But the next card that we have here is plant a seed and wait. This planting the seed, I think we forget how long it truly takes to grow something. The background of my Mac right now is a bunch of like redwood trees. And like, look up. If you don't know what a redwood looks like, look up a redwood tree. Okay, we're talking huge, ginormous. Those did not grow within a year. These trees have literally been here forever. Okay? And they're huge. They're long, they're tall, they're wide, all of the above. And they all started as a seed too. Even if you are meant to grow into a giant redwood, right? You still have to let the seed grow. And I think we forget about that. I think we forget, I know I do, about the process. Like, you're like, oh my God, like, I'm coming up on 2 years being here. Confirmation of what I'm saying. 2 years of being here. Now, in my head, I'm like, that is way too long. But now, I'm kind of thinking like, okay, so even if it does take more time, is it really that bad? Right? Can I do this? I can. But this is the most important. Release. And I know how important it is because, yes, you've already planted the seed and you already are growing. You're you've grown so much. And especially within the last year, the last 6 months, like you constantly are growing. Even though you're not the redwood yet, you're constantly growing. But how to get there is full release, right? When you fully release, and I'm not talking, yeah, I'm letting go of it. Like full release where it has no issue to you at all anymore. Somebody could bring up a traumatic incident or something could trigger you or this, that, and the third, right? Whatever it is. And it doesn't actually bother you. Like it might get you for a hot second, but you're like, actually, I've already released this. I don't need to hold on to this. I don't need that attachment anymore. Poof. That's when you start soaring. That's when you start skyrocketing, right? Because in those moments, you're showing to the universe that you have learned this lesson. So you don't need to keep repeating that cycle, which is badass. We also have curiosity. You need more of this. You absolutely need more of it. Because the more curious you are, especially in this light, in this world, in this moment, you start to understand things in a completely different way. And the next card, see things for what they are, right? The more curiosity that you have and the way that you can see things for what they really are, you'll understand what I mean when I say some things are just not that serious. Like, we're like, oh, it's life and death if I don't get into this apartment, or if I don't get this car, or if I don't get this. I've been evicted. I've had many cars repossessed. I've been at Dollar Tree and had negative $30 in my bank account and swiped my card anyway, didn't even realize it, denied my Dollar Tree items. Okay? It's not serious. Like that, none of that is serious. Like it is for society, but in reality that has nothing to do with who you are inside of your soul. That doesn't make you who you are. Those are just parts of your human experience. And yeah, they're a little shitty, but that doesn't mean that it's the worst thing in the world. And then we also have begin again. Like the moon phase on here. The moon is constantly going through phases, and it is always at a full moon and always at a new moon. No matter what. That phase and that cycle happens no matter what. So that means that there's up days, that there's down days, that there's a bunch of days in between that are just fine, but not great either. And I feel like that's really what we're being called to really focus on, right? It's just a part of the phase that we're in right now. It doesn't mean that this is our forever. And that's something that I've had to realize for myself too. Like, this is just my phase of rejection. Man, this is just truly my phase of rejection. And I'm coming off the tail end of my Saturn and Pisces Saturn return. And the Saturn return has taught me so much. Mine's in my 4th house. Okay, so that's about like family, stability, structure, home. And trust me, that has been the constant theme here. But as I'm like wrapping this up, I'm really understanding where I need to be of I can't build a solid home for myself if I'm not solid myself. I cannot build structure into my family's life if I don't have structure for myself. If I don't stay consistent myself, if I don't pour love into myself, how can I build this structure with my husband for our daughter? Right? Like, how can I do that? So let's finish here with these last few cards. See with eyes of love. You need to do this to yourself, okay? You need to love yourself. Because I know how hard it is to get like wrapped up in taking care of everybody else, and then you don't really love yourself too much. I woke up early today so I could take a shower so that I knew I had time to film today. I knew I had time to do my Canva work. I knew I had time to build out my emails, to do my membership, and still take care of my daughter. We watched Miss Rachel for an hour for our learning morning lesson, okay? Like, these are things that I want. I want my days to be more structured, but also taking care of myself in the same time. But you cannot see with eyes of love for yourself if you're not actually loving yourself. And this, staying alive, this is like, I keep hearing, staying alive. Like, when they're saying staying alive, they're saying like, live. It's okay to live. Keep living. Even if it messes up, even if you get rejected, even if it hurts, there's heartbreak, there's pain, there's grief, there's trauma. You still have to live. Yes, feel the grief. Yes, feel the joy. Yes, feel the excitement and the love. That's a part of the experience, right? Is to feel all of these emotions, to hone in on these emotions so that we can actually express ourselves and feel ourselves and be a part of this moment. There's bigger moments and there's smaller moments. And all you're focusing on is the big ones instead of some of these small ones. Something as small as hanging out with your friend could totally change the dynamic, right? Staying alive, living, having fun. This can change the dynamic of what's next in your life. That's a big deal. But it's also like some small little simple, oh, I hung out with my friend today, we got Chipotle or something, right? And we dished in the car, or we got coffee together and we went for a drive or went to TJ Maxx. I don't know, whatever you did. That's what I do with my friends. But like, those kind of things can change something. The random conversation, the random song, the random moment. Like, sometimes we forget about those small little things of how that builds into it, right? Back to the redwood. The redwood is not strong just stability wise if we're talking upward. The roots of a redwood are so deep, so sunken into the ground, into the soil, right? That's what spirit is guiding you to be, is to be more grounded, to hold yourself, to ground yourself, to really sink yourself in to this experience. And don't take it all so seriously, but do take certain things serious, because they are. But at the end of the day, no matter if it happens for you or not, you can always come back. You can always try again, right? Most of us have been here more than once. And this card, you already are. See this butterfly? Again, butterflies, obviously, confirmation in this reading, but butterflies are all about transformation. But the difference for any other butterfly versus a monarch is how their process, right? The chrysalis phase, the from caterpillar to butterfly, how that process goes. And you're different, right? You're not just a basic butterfly. You're a bold, beautiful butterfly that deserves the time to really bring themselves from caterpillar to butterfly. Love your dark side too. That's the yin and yang, babe. You gotta love all of it. And the dark side is not a bad thing. This whole thing is not all about love and light. There's a reason why, as humans, we feel anger, we feel pain, we feel rage, right? That's the range of emotions. Okay, and I'm back. Sorry, computer issues, but the last card that we have here. Okay, be gentle with yourself. This is the most important card that we're dealing with today, because the kind of grace that you give to other people, you should definitely be giving to yourself. You should, and you know you should, and you know that it would feel so much better if you did. And you are as light and precious as this flower. But you have to hone in. You have to feed and water it. Give it the sunlight. Let the rain hit it, right? The rain is good for flowers. And you're in your rainy season. But summer is soon approaching, right? For you. And I think that's the part that we have to really realize for ourselves is everyone's path and journey is different. And this is too just a phase of your journey. It's not your forever. So make the best of it. Love yourself. Release and let the seed grow. Yes, you can hear my daughter in the back. No, she's fine. But I'm going to end this since I got to get Miss Ma'am up from her nap here. But I wanted to tell you how proud I am of being here on this journey together and working together. Even though it might just be online, that doesn't mean that the connection's not real. So love that for us. But if you're looking to get a personal reading with me, make sure to check out Stella Nova 424. And you can check out my website at stellanova424.com. You can check me out on Instagram, TikTok. I do readings every day on TikTok. Well, I should say 5 days a week on TikTok. And I do my long reading here on YouTube. And you can also check me out on Pinterest. But there's some new stuff coming in the works. So changing the website, changing offerings that I have, so on and so forth. But if you are looking for a personal reading, I do tarot, oracle, and what I like to call my cosmic intuition pick, where I do a little bit of both of oracle and tarot, whatever spirit's guiding me to do. So if you're looking for me and you need something reading wise, or you want to join the membership, the collective, come on down. Either way, Stella Nova 424. Love you, babe. So proud of you. Mwah.